Sorry to interrupt your day, but I've got some really exciting news that you're going to want to pay attention to. Canon just launched an inventory clearing sales event, the likes that I've never seen, from the high-end cameras like the R3 all the way down to the R100. Everything's on sale, and we see so many sales with the best price that we've ever seen. Is this inventory sales clearing event designed to chum the waters to get attention for the big game-changing announcement of the Canon EOS R5 II or Mark II in just a couple of weeks? Perhaps. One thing's for clear though is that there's some really good deals to be had. And if you are interested in picking up any of the deals I'm about to talk about, then please consider using my affiliate links down below. These guys right here, they really do help this channel grow. I get anywhere from 2 to 12% commission back, and that's if you purchase from Adorama, B&H, and Amazon.com. But let's start off with a Canon EOS R5. The Mark I is on sale for $28.99. The previous low price was $29.99, and then it just recently went up to $31.99. $28.99 for a 45 megapixel full frame CMOS sensor, 8K video raw at 24/25 30 frames per second, 400 megapixel pixel shift, and of course the capability to be able to shoot at 20 frames per second. And the cinema version of the Canon EOS R5, the R5C, also is on at its best price ever, $35.99, although it's been at that price for a couple of months now. Now look at the Canon EOS R6 Mark II, the best deal ever, $19.99. That's not the Mark I, that's the Mark II, a $500 savings for what many have dubbed a mini 1DX Mark III, or in today's age, a mini R3, with a 24.2 megapixel full frame CMOS sensor capable of shooting 4K up to 60 frames per second in 10-bit 422 with Canon Log 3. And the R3, you can save $500 off the already reduced price of $49.99, $44.99. Considering this camera launched for $59.99, that's a really big savings. And this has to be the first big sale of the Canon EOS R8, $11.99. That's the best price ever. Now, some people don't like that it's got a single card slot, but with a 24.2 megapixel full frame sensor, 4K video up to 60 frames per second, essentially it's got the same settings as the Canon EOS R6 Mark II, but dialed down a little bit instead of having dual card slots and a few other features. But that price of $11.99, that's actually lower than the Canon EOS R7, also on sale but at $100 off for $13.99. or $17.99 if you package it up with the 18 to 150 millimeter. And then there's the Canon EOS R10, $879, followed by the Canon EOS R50, and this is the best price I've ever seen on the Canon EOS R50, $549 for the body alone, and $649 for the kit package with the 18 to 45 millimeter. And not to be outdone, we've got the Canon EOS R100 for $100 off at $379 for the body alone, and $499 also $100 off packaged with the 18 to 45 millimeter. But wait, there's more. The Canon EOS RP, I was just talking about it yesterday, is on sale, $899, the lowest price we've ever seen, but we have seen this price in the past, $899. I wasn't kidding when I said we've got an awful lot of really great prices on Canon cameras. Now the R5 has been on sale before, but never at $28.99, and that's got to be one of the biggest deals of the day. So if you're kind of on the fence, not sure if you want to get the R5 Mark II or think that $4,000 is too much for a camera, when we look at $28.99, that brings the price of the Canon EOS R5, well, within reach. And considering all the capabilities, considering the competition, that only a very few cameras can beat the R5 Mark I today, you're getting a very solid camera for that price point. And then of course the Canon EOS R6 Mark II, $500 off at $19.99. But there's one thing I found interesting while looking at the news and the information at B&H and Adorama. Guess what I couldn't find? I couldn't find the R6 Mark I. I was trying to see if that was on sale as well. So I'm not sure if that's no longer on the market, but the R5 Mark II, really good price. Sorry, the R6 Mark II, really good price. And of course, we're seeing sales on the R50, one of the best deals ever. And I love the R50. When it comes to Canon's affordable line of mirrorless cameras on the APS-C side, I used to like the R10, thinking that was one of my favorites. But at this price point, it's hard to pass up the R50. I think the R50 and the R10 are very solid cameras. I'm not a big fan of the R100, although at $379, that's a really, really good price. And we got the R7 also on sale. So tons of sales on camera bodies. There's also a whole bunch of sales on lenses, but they're not the huge big $500 off that we saw in the past. We're seeing $200 off, $300 off. Almost every Canon RF lens is on sale in the United States. We're seeing this in the UK and Canada as well, probably in Australia and New Zealand. I'm not used to seeing big sales like this, and normally I'll just tweet this information out, which I already have. But when I see such huge deals like this, I start to get excited, and I'm tempted to buy an R5 Mark I, but then I realized, no, I'm 100% guarantee you I'm buying the R5 Mark II, because I need to be able to talk to you just as I have for the last 4 years shooting with the Canon EOS R5. I can talk to you about what it's like to shoot with this camera from experience. And for the next 4 years, I want to tell you what it's like to be able to shoot with the R5 Mark II and the Canon EOS R1. I want to continue using the Mark I as my Studio A camera to see how long I can get this camera to go before it gives up the ghost. And then use my R5 Mark II for everything else. Studio B for run and gun work. That's what I look forward to, so I'm definitely getting that. And based on a poll I put out earlier today, most of you are waiting to see what Canon's going to do with the Canon EOS R5 Mark II in terms of capabilities. I've heard 2 people tell me that it's going to be a game-changing camera, but none of them were able to put up any information. But then this morning, somebody else commented saying they were talking to a local retailer about some Nikon gear, and they were being told that they are getting ready for a major Canon announcement. And the announcement is going to be about a camera that is game-changing. Interesting, game-changing. I don't know how Canon can game-change things with the R5 Mark II. Just putting a stacked sensor into it isn't going to be game-changing. I mean, because the Nikon Z8 can do that. It leaves me wondering, if this is true, what could be about the Canon EOS R5 Mark II that could be, well, game-changing? I'm at a loss. I mean, the R5 Mark I was already a leapfrog across the competition and previous Canon cameras. It was game-changing, delivering 20 frames per second lossless RAW with IBIS, continuous autofocus, and up to 8K 30 frames per second RAW. Previous Canon cameras like to deliver 4K with a 1.6 or 1.7 times crop without IBIS, and some cameras like the RP, well, they gave us 4K 30, but with contrast detect autofocus. So I'm really excited here. And based on what we saw on, I think it was Canon Rumors a few days ago, and what I also, I think I was the first to say this. I said the 5th camera register, DS126904, the RP makes the most sense for a camera getting refreshed. We've got the R8, the R7, all these cameras were released in the last couple of years. The 1DX Mark III, obviously with the R1, so that's a high priority. The R5 Mark II at 4 years is due for a refresh. But the RP was announced back in February of 2019. There is one other possibility though. We could be getting a high megapixel version of the Canon EOS R5. And the 5D RS or SR, how many years ago was that? That was a long time. It's pure conjecture at this point, I don't know. But again, if you are interested in purchasing any of these cameras that I've talked about in this video, please consider using my affiliate links in the description down below. These guys right here, because I do get anywhere from 2 to 12% back, which really does help support this channel. It's greatly appreciated. And if you use the links in the description down below, just grab one of the ones for the R5, the R5C. It doesn't really matter. And then just punch in the camera that you're looking at, and I still get credit. As long as you're on the site in the same session, I'll get credit. And a big thanks to all of you that have used my affiliate links in the last month. Thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. It means an awful lot to me, and it really does help this channel grow and punch well above its weight. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest concerning maybe the Canon EOS R5 Mark II within 2 weeks for an announcement, leaks should be imminent. Maybe this weekend, maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, I just don't know. But things are about to happen. We're hearing an awful lot of information. But for some reason, people are keeping tight lips on this. But things I guarantee you will leak out well before the event. And then you'll know for sure if it's game-changing or not. You also might want to follow me on X, because I tweet out information there sometimes before I publish a video. And there's no limitations. I can tweet out as much as I want, whereas with YouTube, this will be my 3rd announcement today, and then after that, they don't tell you guys about it. So thank you. Thank you so much for commenting, for liking, for watching, for staying all the way to the end of this video. And for those of you that use my affiliate links, it's one of the best ways to actually help support this channel, because it doesn't cost you anything, and you get something in return. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you again soon.